I do not believe that you'll need any props today. However, having blocks nearby is always good if you do have them. If you don't have blocks, you can always bring books or throw pillows or folded up blankets, towels, just to have something in case you need it. Carmen, good morning from Minneapolis. Beautiful. At the end of the practice, I will talk you through a grounding meditation during Shavasana. Then I will silently send Reiki energy, and then I will talk you out of the meditation. So you will be in Shavasana for about 10 to 15 minutes. So you might want to have a blanket nearby for that, just in case you get a little bit chilly. So just briefly, let's talk about grounding. What is grounding and why do we do it? Grounding through this yoga practice is bringing your mind out of the future, out of the past, bringing your mind into the present moment to alleviate anxiety of the future or depression, ruminating on the past. So I help you ground through this practice by giving you cues to notice how certain poses feel within your body, to tune into certain areas of your body during the practice. So doing your best just to focus on what you're feeling without placing any judgment on it. If you're not familiar with Reiki, Reiki is a Japanese energy healing modality. Rei translates to a higher intelligence, and Ki is the Japanese word for energy or life force. So prana, energy, Ki, they're all the same. If you are enjoying today's session, you might choose to offer a donation. If you have not yet followed my Insight Timer profile, you can do so. And if you would like to join our spiritual community, it is a group here on Insight Timer that I started. It's a place for us to share our own spiritual modalities and ask questions of others because we're all so intelligent. So today we're using the energy of the Waxing Gibbous Moon. What in the heck does that mean? So last week we had the new moon, next week comes the full moon. So yesterday was the first quarter moon where we were exactly halfway. Within that first half between the new moon to the full moon, that's kind of when you get your intentions in order. You start to make plans about how you're going to reach those intentions. Now that we're halfway from new to full, now's the time for action. So during our practice today, we're going to be focusing a little bit on the legs, stretching them out, warming them up, symbolizing getting ready for action and moving forward. Now, if you are not a moon person and you haven't been setting intentions, no worries. You can use this practice to feel into just areas of your life where you're ready to move forward. Or if you'd like to use this to prepare yourself for the spring equinox that's coming in, not Sunday, but the following Sunday, right, the 20th. The spring equinox is my favorite time of the year to start our New Year's intentions or our New Year's resolutions, because the Gregorian calendar is made up and arbitrary, but the seasons, right? Spring is the start of the zodiac. So, however you'd like to use today's practice, feel free, but we are going to start in an easy pose. So coming to your mat in a comfortable seated position. You can start on a chair if that's more comfortable for you, and just crossing your legs however you like today. Taking a moment before we fully dive into our practice to scan over our bodies, just checking in with where we are today, noticing any sensations that we feel within our bodies, simply noticing without placing judgment, just taking an inventory of what's going on in our inner environment, bringing all of your attention inside of your head, feeling into the space inside of the skull. Feeling inside all space in the neck. Coming down, feeling inside of the shoulders. Noticing the muscles, the tissues, the ligaments, the tendons, the bones. Running down the length of the arms, feeling into the blood, the synovial fluid between the joints. flowing out into your hands and each finger. Coming to your chest, tuning into the beating of your heart. Noticing the lungs and ribs expand and contract with the breath. Coming down into your belly, noticing the organs that are resting behind your abdomen. Feeling life force energy moving in and between them. And feeling the belly rise and fall with the breath. And coming down into your pelvic floor. Bringing your awareness to your upper back, slowly flowing down the back side of your body into your shoulder blades, in between the backs of the ribs, inside the lower back, and into your glutes. Running your awareness down inside the length of the legs, tuning in to notice any subtle tingles of energy running through your legs, out into your ankles, tops of the feet, toes, and soles of your feet. Taking a few deep breaths, tuning into the inside of your entire body. Allowing your intuition to come to today's intention. Using this intention either on the mat while we practice or choosing to take it with you as you step off the mat into your day, into your weekend. Some examples of intentions would be, I am present here and now. I occupy the insides of my body. I take action with courage. I am proud of who I am, or any other intention you choose. Once you've settled on today's intention, matching breath to movement. Inhale as you lift the hands up to the sky, palms up, meeting the palms at the top. And as you exhale, slowly drawing your hands down the center line of energy, bringing that intention and settling it deep into your heart center. Inhale once again, lifting the arms up to the sky, collecting all of the universal energy here to support you. And as you exhale, drawing that intention, resting it within your heart center. One more inhale, reaching the arms up, reaching as high as you can towards the sky. Meeting the palms, and as you exhale, drawing the palms to heart center. Beautiful. Choosing to leave your eyes closed or floating them open now. Placing the right hand on the left knee. Placing your left fingertips behind your sit bones. First, take an inhale as you lift the crown of your head up to the sky as if there's a string pulling from the center of your skull, creating length in the spine, space between the vertebrae. On your exhale, twisting from the lower spine first, then allowing the head and neck to release. At any point during this stretch, choosing to inhale to lengthen the spine and exhale to deepen. Gently warming up the spine for today's practice. Using the breath to clear out anything that no longer serves you. creating space within our bodies, giving us more freedom and motion to move forward. Beautiful. Slowly untwisting, coming back to center. Placing the left hand on the right knee, right fingertips behind the sit bones. Take an inhale first. Reach the crown of your head to the sky. Feel length in the spine. And as you exhale, rotating from the lower spine first, then allowing the head and neck to release. Breathing deeply here, choosing to inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist farther whenever you choose. Feeling the ribs expand and contract here with the breath. Beautiful. Untwisting here ever so slowly. Starting to warm up our hips, we're first going to come into a forward fold. So however your legs are crossed, inhale, lift the spine, lift the crown of the head. And as you exhale, bending forward from the hips, allowing your head to relax, keeping your sit bones pressed against the surface beneath you. Tuning into the expansion you feel within your hips, within your low back. Noticing if one side of your body might feel the stretch more than the other side. Knowing that we'll switch the legs so you can get an even stretch on both sides. Beautiful. Lifting your torso back up with the hands. And switching the crossing of your legs. Beautiful. Settling the sit bones down to the mat. Inhale, lift the crown of the head. Lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, bending forward from the hips. Noticing how this side feels any different than the other side. Perhaps one hip is more tight than the other. Simply noticing, placing no judgment. Taking the words need or should out of your vocabulary just for this practice. Beautiful. Using the hands to press your torso back up. And choosing to keep whichever leg felt more tight crossed over as we warm up the hips just a little bit more. If you're feeling pretty open, if you're in a cross-legged position, perhaps stacking the shins into fire log. Or if you are feeling really open in your hips today and you're looking to go deeper, perhaps coming into cow phase. So stacking the knees, one on top of the other, and bringing the pinky edge of either feet to the sides of your sit bones, whatever your body is calling you to today. We're going to circle through some hip circles. So on an exhale, fold it forward over the hips. And then as you inhale, coming up to open the circle, opening your torso to the back of the room. Exhale as you close the circle, rounding down. Matching breath to movement. Inhale as you rise. And exhale as you fall. Keeping your sit bones grounded down to the mat. Noticing where in your body you are feeling these stretches. Knowing that in order to move forward, you need to wake up and send love to all parts of the body. Thanking your hips for all of the action they have helped you to take in your life so far. Sending gratitude for the action that they are going to help you to take in the future. Switching the direction of your circles when you're ready. Inhale as you open the chest, come up to the back, and exhale as you fold down. Tuning into the fabric of your clothing, perhaps swaying on your belly, on your back. Just noticing where you're feeling your clothing against your skin. Meeting me back in the center whenever it feels right for you. Moving into a baby cradle pose. So either leaving one leg bent in front of you as you reach your hands for your foot and knee, or if it's more comfortable for you, stretching that other leg straight out in front of you. Drawing your shin up to your chest, parallel to the floor, as far as your body allows. If you're feeling open today, you can take the foot in the crook of your elbow and the knee in the crook of your elbow. Interlacing your fingers, swaying your baby side to side. So noticing where within your hip you are feeling the stretch. If today you just want to stay stagnant, staying in one area, whatever your body is calling you to is what's right for you today. If you want to rotate from the hips, swaying your baby side to side. So keeping your spine in a straight line here, ensuring the shoulders are down and away from the ears, keeping the chest lifted as you sway your baby. Beautiful. And imagining that your spine holds a strong, energetic line, comes out from the top of your head and it comes out through the root chakra in the base of your spine. And as you sway your baby side to side here, just imagining that line of energy staying still in one straight line. So you're rotating the hips side to side. It's less of a sway and it's more of a rotation. Beautiful. When you're ready, switching the legs, either placing the bottom leg straight out in front of you or bending it in, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And either taking your foot and knee in either hand or bringing them into the crooks of your elbow if you're feeling that stretch today. Drawing the shin up to the chest, keeping it parallel to the ground, keeping your spine in a straight line, perhaps choosing to rotate on that axis. Noticing the subtle massage of your tailbone as it rolls against the mat, perhaps the hard surface beneath the mat. Massaging the glutes. Just taking a few more sways side to side here. Nurturing your body. When you're ready, dropping that leg down to the mat, meeting me in a kneeling position. Coming up high on our knees and stretching out the toes just a little bit. So tucking your toes under and slowly sitting back on your heels. We're going to be here for just a few breaths. So stretching out the toes as much as your body is calling you to, flipping to the tops of your feet whenever you're ready. We're going to roll out our wrists as we stretch the toes. So interlacing your fingers, rolling the wrists in one circle of direction. Embracing any creaks or cricks we're hearing here. Knowing that our body works very hard to take us everywhere we need to go in this life. Switching the direction of your circles. Tuning in with your toes, feeling the stretch all the way through the tops and the bottoms of your feet. Placing our hands, palms down on the mat, with our fingertips facing back towards our toes. Just using the weight of your own body to determine the amount of stretch here. So sitting back farther for a deeper stretch, or perhaps not so far for a more gentle stretch. Maybe choosing to flip your tops of the feet down to the mat to take the pressure off the toes. Now let's place the backs of the hands on the mat with the fingertips pointing towards our toes. And same, sitting back on your heels ever so gently, just listening to your own body. Tuning into the stretch you feel within your forearms, but knowing to avoid any pain. Placing our hands palm down, fingers out side to side, gently rocking side to side here. Spreading the fingers wide, feeling the texture of the mat beneath your palms. Tuning into the temperature of the mat beneath your palms. Beautiful. If the tops of your feet are not against the mat, flipping the tops of your feet down to the mat now. Sitting your sit bones back against your heels. Placing your hands on the mat for support and letting your knees lift off the mat ever so slightly, coming into an ankle stretch. So avoiding any pain here, listening to your own body, just gently leaving the tops of your feet on the mat, using your hands to press as you lift the knees, just feeling a little bit of a stretch through the tops of the ankles there. Beautiful. Coming back down. And let's take one more gentle stretch. If your fingers are not feeling this, you can always make fists. Press your fists into the mat. Lifting your knees just a little bit. Showing some love to our ankles. And lower back down. Wonderful. Coming into a tabletop position here. Maybe stretching out the legs if they're calling you to. Stretching out the backs of your calves. Using this tabletop to symbolize reaching for your intentions, drawing your intentions in towards you, becoming to manifest your intentions. So as we balance here on this tabletop, let's lift the left leg behind us, shifting our weight onto the right leg. And when you're ready, reaching that right arm out in front of you. Now I invite you to place your gaze just about 2 inches in front of your right hand. And I want you to imagine with your inner eye, imagine whatever it is you are intending to manifest in this next coming week is right there, 2 inches in front of your hand. And it's coming closer. Once it reaches your hand, go ahead and grab onto it, making a fist with your right hand. Inhale as you take it into your hand, and as you exhale, draw your elbow into your knee, bringing that intention into your center line. Inhale to reach, keeping that intention in your hand. Exhale as you draw it in towards your heart center. Inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. And on this inhale, we're going to open our palm, letting go any worries that we may be holding on to about this intention. Holding here, feeling into your own strength, into your own power. Keeping that left shoulder directly over the left wrist. Spreading those fingers wide, taking pressure off of the wrist. Taking one more deep breath here. And coming back to a tabletop position. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's repeat the same on the other side. Shifting your weight into your left foot. Reaching the right toes behind you. Spreading those right fingertips wide, taking pressure off of the right wrist. Reaching that left arm in front of you. Using the visualization, physically literally seeing whatever it is you are trying to manifest inches in front of that left hand. And it is coming into the energy of your body. You are drawing it in. Once it reaches your left hand, making a fist, grabbing onto it. Inhale as it enters your hand. Exhale, drawing it into your center, knee to elbow. Inhale, expand, keeping that fist. Exhale, drawing it further into your heart center. Inhale, expand. Exhale, drawing it in one last time. Now on this inhale, we're going to open our fist and let go any worries that we've been holding on to regarding manifesting this intention. Breathing here, feeling into your own power, your own strength. Beautiful. Coming back down into tabletop. Settling into a child's pose here for just a few breaths. So either coming back, sitting your sit bones down to your heels, or if your hips are feeling open, walking your knees wide, keeping your big toes to touch. Reaching your sit bones back towards your heels, walking your hands forward, allowing your chest to melt down to the mat, resting your forehead against the mat. Beautiful. Taking one more deep breath here. And when you're ready, slowly coming up, flipping the toes, coming up into a plank position. Keeping your breath deep here, keeping the shoulders directly over the wrists, fingers spread wide, keeping a straight line from the crown of your head all the way through your torso and legs, out your feet. On your next exhale, press the hips up and back, coming into your first downward dog of the practice. Pedaling out the feet, slowly bending either knee, warming up the backs of the legs. Maybe shifting your hips side to side as you pedal. Beautiful. Settling into your downward dog. Reaching the hips up and to the back of the room, shining your chest to the back of the room. Warming up the legs just a little bit. Inhale, lift the right leg, three-legged dog, keeping your hips square to the mat. And exhale, place the right foot back down, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, three-legged dog, keeping your hips square to the mat, just not rotating them open, keeping your hip pointing down at the mat. And then exhale back down to downward facing dog. Option to inhale back up to a three-legged dog with your right foot. If your hips are feeling open, you can bend that right knee, open up the hip, letting the right leg fall over towards the left side of the room. Exhale, bringing that right foot back down to the mat. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Option to stay here or bending the left knee, opening the hip up to the sky, allowing the left foot to drop over to the right side of the body. Beautiful. Exhale, back down to downward facing dog. Taking one more on either side. Inhale, reaching that right leg high, three-legged dog. Option to stay here or bend the right knee, rotate that hip open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high, three-legged dog. Option to stay here or bend that left knee, opening up the left hip. Beautiful. Exhale, back down to downward facing dog. Taking 3 deep breaths here as you tune back into today's intention. Inhale the right leg up, 3-legged dog, keeping your hips square to the mat. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, step the right foot between your hands, rotate that left foot to a 90-degree angle, cartwheeling the arms up, coming into Warrior 2. And yes, I did switch directions. I was on the wrong side of the mat. Keeping your hips and your shoulders square to the side of the mat, pointing the right toes directly to the front of the mat, left toes at a 90-degree angle. Keeping a deep bend in your front leg, arms straight out to the sides, feeling a strong line of energy from your right fingertips to your left fingertips. Breathing here, using that same imagery from our tabletop, visualizing everything that you are manifesting inches away from your front hand. Pointing towards it, using your laser vision to focus on exactly what it is that you want. Flipping the front palm, bringing your intention into your palm, and on an inhale, we're going to lift it up, give it to the universe. Coming into reverse warrior, reaching the right arm up to the sky, left arm draws down that left leg. Surrendering our intentions to the universe, trusting that we are supported. And on an exhale, we're going to collect all of our worries in our left hand, coming around to extended side angle, throwing our worries over our head back to the universe. Resting your right forearm on your right thigh for support, feeling that strong line of energy all the way down the left side of your body. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse warrior, giving up your intentions to the universe. Exhale, extended side angle, giving all of your worries to the universe. One more. Inhale, extend, giving it up. Exhale, extended side angle, releasing your worries. Inhale, coming back up to your Warrior 2. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot as you step back into your downward facing dog. Wonderful. Breathing here as you tune back into today's intention. Inhale the left leg up, 3-legged dog, hips square to the mat. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands, rotate that right foot at a 90-degree angle, cartwheel the hands up into Warrior 2. Keeping your shoulders and your hips square to the mat. Left toes in line with the left knee, deep bend in that left leg. Keeping the heel of the left foot in line with the arch of the right foot. Settling here, feeling your power, feeling your balance. Visualizing your intentions inches away from your left hand. Watching them be drawn closer and closer into your body. Once they're about to arrive, flipping the left hand, allowing them to come into your palm. On an inhale, releasing your intentions up to the universe. Reverse warrior, dropping the right hand down the right leg. Collecting all of your worries now in your right hand, and as you exhale, tossing your worries overhead, allowing the universe to hold on to them for you. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse warrior, giving your intentions up to the universe, surrendering to the power of the universe. And on an exhale, throwing all of your worries away. They no longer serve you. Inhale, reverse, giving it up to the universe. Exhale, throw it away. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Rotate that back foot, stepping back into downward facing dog. Shining those chests to the back of the room here, creating space between your shoulder blades. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, stepping the right foot outside of the right hand, coming into lizard lunge. Choosing to stay here, or perhaps dropping the knee down to deepen the stretch. Your choice, your body. Breathing here, feeling as if you are a lizard soaking up the sun, keeping the chest lifted, the crown of the head lifted. Tuning into where you are feeling sensations in your body from this stretch. Option to stay here or to drop the forearms down to the mat to deepen the stretch. And if you'd like to take it even farther, allowing that right knee to drop down towards the floor, opening the right hip just a little bit more. Beautiful. If your knee is dropped, bringing the sole of your right foot back to the mat. If you're on your forearms, walking your hands back up. And if your knee is dropped, flipping those toes, lifting the knee. And on an exhale, stepping that right foot back to downward facing dog. Breathing here, recentering yourself. When you're ready, inhale the left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping the left foot outside of the hands here. Lizard lunge, option to leave the right leg straight or dropping the knee and top of the foot down to the mat. Whatever your body is calling you to. Breathing here, lifting your chest, lifting the crown of your head. Noticing where in your body you are feeling sensations. Option to take it further, coming down to the forearms. Option to take it further, coming onto the pinky edge of the left foot, allowing the left knee to drop down towards the mat. Preparing your legs for forward action. Wonderful. Placing the sole of the left foot back on the ground if it's not. Placing the palms of the hand back on the mat. Flipping those back toes. Lifting the knee. And instead of going back to downward dog here, let's step back into a plank. Finding a strong plank here, finding your balance. And on an exhale, bending the knees, bending the elbows, keeping them tucked in close to your body as you lower all the way down to the mat in chaturanga. And rolling onto the back side of your body from here. Bringing the soles of your feet onto the mat, bending your knees. Crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. If this feels good today, option to stay here, or interlacing your fingers behind your left thigh, drawing your knees in close to your chest. Supine Pigeon. Releasing any tension you may have within your legs. Allowing the breath to come in and pick up any stress, any worry that might be hanging out in your legs, in your hips. And allow the out breath to draw it out of you, leaving it on the mat. Switching the crossing of your legs now, bringing the left ankle to the right knee. And if it feels right for you, interlacing your fingers behind the right thigh, drawing the knees in towards the chest. Keeping your low back pressed against the mat. Lovely. Now, either choosing to cross the right ankle over the left thigh again and come into your expression of supine pigeon, or taking it a little bit farther, crossing the right leg over the left at the knee. Coming into reclined cow phase from the beginning of our practice, if this is available to you, reaching for the pinky edge of either foot, bending your knees, drawing your knees in towards your chest, just feeling a deeper stretch here on the back of the right thigh, the right glute, the right hip. Allowing all of the muscles within your face to relax. Tuning in to see if you're holding any tension in your temples, your cheeks, your jaw. Switching the crossing of your legs, either coming into supine pigeon, left ankle over right thigh, or deepening the stretch, left leg on top, bending both knees, reaching for the pinky edge of either foot, coming into reclined cow phase. Wherever you are, keeping your low back pressed against the mat, and taking out any tension you may be holding in your shoulders, allowing them to float down to the mat. Tuning into any smells that are in your environment. Noticing anything that may have been lingering throughout the whole practice that you have not noticed. Bringing your right leg now straight, flat on the mat, keeping your left knee bent in towards your chest. Placing the arms out at a T, and allowing your right knee to cross over your body to the right side. Did I say right knee? I meant left knee. Crossing your left knee over your body, and allowing your gaze to float over towards the left. Supine spinal twist. Perhaps placing that right hand on the left knee to deepen the stretch if you choose. Feeling your breath moving all the way down to the bottom of your belly, all the way down to the base of your spine, to your root chakra. Exhaling out anything that no longer serves you. Inhale, unwinding from the neck first, then allowing your hip to float back down to the mat. Switching your legs, laying the left leg flat against the mat, drawing the right knee in towards your chest. placing the arms out at a T and allowing that right knee to float over to the left side of your body. Allowing your gaze to fall over to the right, perhaps taking that left hand, placing it on the right thigh to deepen the stretch. Intentionally allowing every muscle within your body to relax. Tuning into today's intention one last time. On an inhale, untwisting from the neck first, then allowing that right hip to float back down to the mat. Settling down into Shavasana now, your final resting pose. Everything lies stretched out flat on the mat. Perhaps choosing to cover yourself with a blanket at this time as we transition into the Reiki energy transmission. Allowing your eyes to gently float closed as you feel the weight of your body being completely supported by the floor. Feeling into the back of your head, shoulders, the backs of your arms and hands. Your upper back, mid back, lower back, and glutes. Feeling the backs of your thighs, calves, and heels of your feet. You are supported by Mother Earth. Beginning to focus your attention on your breath, breathing rhythmically, deeply, and slowly. Using the breath to open the central energy channel in your body by breathing the air in through the nose and watching it as it travels down your spine all the way to the root chakra in your pelvic floor. And as you exhale, watch inhaling the air through the nose down into your root chakra and exhaling the air up to the crown of your head. Continue for a few rounds at your own pace. Releasing the breath back to your natural rhythm. Feeling now as if there are roots growing down from the entire back of your body. Watching as these roots travel down into Mother Earth, pushing through the soil, digging deeper, digging wider, firmly grounding yourself into Mother Earth. glowing ball of sparkling golden light in the center of your chest. This warm ball of light surrounds your entire heart. On each inhale, the ball begins to grow in every direction throughout your body. And on the exhale, it grows larger and larger. Inhaling as the light becomes brighter and more vibrant. And exhale as the ball grows larger and larger until it encompasses your entire body. The golden light slowly fades away as the connection to this Reiki energy transmission closes, allowing you to return home to yourself. Taking the time now to send gratitude to your guides and angels and listening in to receive any last messages. In your own time, slowly beginning to bring some movement back to your body, wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling out the wrists, rolling out the ankles, perhaps moving your head side to side, stretching the arms above head, moving the body in any way it's calling you to. And perhaps choosing to roll to your right side, resting in a fetal position for a few breaths, signaling the rebirth of your new self into this new day. In your own time, meeting me back in a seated position. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Love to all. The light in me honors the light within you. Namaste.